On this week's episode of Bungalower and the Bus, we're at Bagel Bruno. And someone has a beef with Beefy King.
And we are one step closer to being able to scoot around the city beautiful.
Scoot, scoot.
Welcome to Bungalower and the Bus. I am the Bus, John Busdegger.
And I'm the guy that eats egg salad sandwiches in class, Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com.
You know, Brendan, I like tuna salad. I like chicken salad. I'm not a huge fan of egg salad.
They're all stinky and they're all awful.
Really?
Yeah, bologna on a bagel. That's good for me.
Oh, speaking of bagels, we are here at Bagel Bruno tonight.
Bagel Bruno in the former home of Hoobly Boobly.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Bagel Bruno, this is a brand new place here in College Park, and it is delicious. You had an event here tonight, Brendan.
Yeah, we have our Bungalower Buddies membership program. If you give a little donation to Bungalower.com, you get put on a list, and we have an email where you get discounts set out to really cool local businesses, or you can get an invite to events like this. So we had about 40 people come out.
I was one of them
to taste Bagel Bruno for the first time.
It was so good. So yeah, we got to have a little bit of bagel, we got a little bit of drink, and we got to see it before everybody else gets to check it out.
Yeah, it was really fun, and the staff is friendly and handsome.
Yes, they are. But yeah, come check out Bagel Bruno. It opens, soft opening right now, opens on the 23rd for real.
Yep.
And really good bagels. But here on Bungalow on the Bus, we talk about all things downtown Orlando and the bungalow neighborhoods around it, such as College Park.
Where we are tonight.
Sodo and Winter Park and Thornton Park and
all those
places. And if you like what you hear, go to Bungalower.com and follow that on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And
if you want to.
Yeah, no, do it now. But no, read us on there too. There's some good stories. You do some good stuff, Brendan.
Thank you. You're working on a special project right now.
It's super secret though.
But there's a lot to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit.
You bit off a big project. So I'm excited
to
share
some things to help you out.
Do you think we'll get it in time for New Year's?
Yes.
That'd be a great New Year's post. End of the year. Check
We're being
this
a
out.
little too vague here. I don't
All
like
right,
this.
we're losing everybody. What'd you do this week?
This week, what did I do? Oh, I don't even know.
Who'd you do?
I'm here. Oh, we went to Cows and Cabs together.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of who'd you do, Cows and Cabs was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
This
was the event in Winter Park. All these restaurants come out. They have basically free food for us.
John.
And drinks.
Like 50 different vendors.
Oh, it was so good.
It just kept going. It was
I think my favorite, there was a hog's head taco.
By Ravenous Pig.
It was so good.
We were eating their cheeks. And then there was an Al
pig's cheeks, not the people that own Ravenous Pig.
I would eat those too. There was an Al Pastor taco by Hunger Street.
It wasn't just all tacos, though.
Which was great, too. No, it's everything. Those are like probably the only taco places that were there.
Pizza Bruno was there, which was very good.
I had so much fun, but we got a little sauced.
I had a drink or two.
I took you somewhere fun.
Yeah, you and I went to Barcodes. You weren't going to say it, but
I wasn't going to, but you did. You outed yourself.
Went to Barcodes in College Park-ish.
The gayest of the gay venues in Orlando. Gayer than Parliament. Parliament House is like more people-friendly. Barcodes is like for dudes that like want to have a beer with their on the sly friends.
Yeah, and you and I went together.
And we did, and people were looking at us like...
They're like, oh, those two.
Now we know.
Yeah.
And now they think you're a bottom.
To be fair, Brendan, I was the one that suggested it.
Yep.
I don't want to say only, but mostly because...
You'd never been.
I had never been, and I had driven by it dozens of times.
And, John, everybody knows you'll try anything once.
At least once. And, yeah, we went. We had a beer. We got to see their shop where they sold products that I didn't understand what they did.
That was and this little shop owner had been there for 10 years.
We should say, this is on Edgewater between Fairbanks and Lee Road. It's on the right if you're going north.
Tiny little Mason block bar.
Yeah.
Very unassuming. We didn't venture to the shadowy parts in the back. We hear that's where all the fun goes down. But we went in and had a beer and left, and it was fun. I'm glad we went in.
Glad I got to experience it.
I got to explore underneath the Ivanhoe building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Were we there together?
Yes, we've done it before. I actually went back. So this is it's a former water power plant.
It's also where the Orlando Ballet used to be.
And they got kicked out because of black mold.
Oh, yeah. And also,
petroleum.
it's the place around Christmas and New Year's where it says Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and all that.
So that's why we got to go, John. I got invited by Christian, the executive director at Ivanhoe Village. She invited me to come in and see the sign get tested and explore the building. So I was like, heck yes. I don't care what is happening today, but I'm going back because I like going in there.
Does it remind you of like a early 20th century insane asylum where some of their ghosts are still haunting it?
Yeah. And it's still flooding every time it rains because the building's lower than the water level of nearby Lake Ivanhoe. That's why it has mold, because it floods every time it rains. Not smart, right?
No.
But I'm sure it's settled a little bit or
Probably
something.
over the last 100 years or so.
And so there's actually like this part that I call the catacombs. I don't know what it could have been, but
that's where they put all the bad people who were in the mental hospital, and now they're haunting the place.
You can see a video that I put up on Instagram. There's like holes in the floor where it must have been
They
ducks.
were trying to dig their way out.
I think it was where they slipped the fish heads through. Like
it's basically the set for an American Horror Story.
Oh, just scary. Scary as hell, John. And
you're right, because like the ceiling's really low. Like
really low. I don't know. There must have been machines and things like generators
Murders.
and
That's
stuff.
what they did there.
Yeah. Ugh, I wasn't into it.
What do you think they'll just
but then on the top they have the Happy Holiday site. So we went from the bowels of the building all the way to the top, and there's still some gorgeous rooms, and then on the top we tested the sign. You can see what that looks like. Everything checked out.
If that place floods, Brendan, what's the future of it? Is it just going to be a building that we put a sign on, or one day does something different happen?
Well, the city owns it indirectly through OUC. OUC says they're not a city run or owned thing, but it's the city owns the city. That's, as far as I'm concerned, it's
so
owned.
Like, I mean, once again,
and they're a sponsor, so hopefully they don't get mad.
What do you think the future is to that building?
I think they're going to sell it. I think they'll sell it to a developer.
And then they'll knock it down and do something?
I think they'll gut it. Anyone who's going to buy it wants to buy it because it's a special building.
It's a cool building.
And the bones inside, John, are beautiful.
The bones of the murdered victims.
Yeah. It's just really exposed brick and lots of archways and these giant grand windows, and it's just a really special spot.
Do you think they could fix it up enough to where it wouldn't flood and all that?
I don't know how you do that other than like just pouring concrete through it.
I mean, once again, I've been in there, and I think it'd be a really cool like market place where you could do like weekend market or even like a whole market all the time.
Gut it, make it condos with a market underneath.
That'd be great.
It'd be great. There's just not much parking.
I just, as much as I want old buildings to stay, like I also want old buildings to stay and be something. Like to just sit there is not not helping anything.
Was a giant engine room in the back where they took out the engine and had to scoop out like all this polluted soil, and so that's all been treated. I had been told by OUC or someone, I can't remember, it was so long ago, that they had also waterproofed it since then.
Whoa.
But when you go in, not true, because it's like more mold than I've ever seen. I actually got a little like coffee from it.
Oh, you got black lung.
I wouldn't doubt it. There was some, like, you could see mold on the doors.
Really?
Like on metal doors. And it was almost like lichen.
You need to wear the hazmat suit.
Well,
like
that's what I
Breaking
said.
Bad.
I said, should I even be in here?
No.
Like, we were brought in by a city employee, and and he's very nonplussed, doesn't care. And I had like my shirt up over my face. And I was like, I think we should be and have a mask or something.
You just took at least a year or two off your life.
Well, worth it.
Worth it to go see inside of a building.
Inside of a building, and climb this giant ladder to the rooftop, and it was cool. Not many people get to do that, so I was
awesome.
feeling very lucky.
I hope they do something with that building one day, or something with that property.
They're not going to get rid of it anytime soon. They're kind of just sitting on it until the right opportunity comes along, and they'll find somebody. I think a developer with a vision will be able to wrest it away from the city.
It's just going to take money, lots of money.
Oh yeah, that's like a multi-million-dollar project.
With the yard opening up, more people are gonna be living over there, and more people might see potential.
You look at that church property in Lake Eola Heights that was bought,
and that's just a small church.
It's small, and they sliced it up into condos, and each condo sold for like $5 million. So if you're looking, if someone did that treatment And I actually think the guy who did that Samsara project actually wanted to do that with this, and the city said no.
Oh.
Because they're just not sure yet.
All right.
Cities in no rush to get rid of real estate. They sit on it as long as they can.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because in the meantime, the building isn't in great shape.
Yeah, it's going to turn into like a Stranger Things monster.
Yeah, well, it did. There were parts of it where I felt like it was the upside down. Yeah.
All right.
With all those spores floating around. I just saw Margaritaville at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. That's going all
Still
weekend.
Here?
Yeah, it's a jukebox musical using all the music by Jimmy Buffett.
I don't know if I would like that. I'm not a big Jimmy Buffett fan.
You know what? I'm not either. Scotty went with me, and Scotty loves it. He actually read Jimmy's recent autobiography.
Really?
And yeah.
I mean, I would go to any show.
Uh-huh.
They don't give me tickets, but I would go to any show. But I probably wouldn't buy tickets to a Jimmy Buffett musical.
I don't know if I would have gone and been happy if
People
I didn't.
that like Jimmy Buffett like Jimmy Buffett.
A lot of man nipple.
Really?
Like just dudes because it's set on a beach, like in an island.
You're wasting away.
And those guys are just taking their shirts off all through the show.
Pop-tops and flip-flops and all that.
That's what it was. Pop-tops and flip-flops.
I know the song,
Yeah.
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
That was also in there,
I'm
and
sure.
I won't say how. But it was fun. I thought it was actually a really cute musical. I was into it.
Good.
Yeah. It wasn't like groundbreaking theater.
That's fine.
But
Not everything
for-
has to be.
No, then the people who were there were really into it. There were a lot of parrot heads. This lady showed up dressed like a cheeseburger.
Really?
Sat up at the front.
You were probably like, where'd you get that costume?
Yeah.
Are you going to use that after
I
this?
want that. Is it I'm going to do a vegan one next year. C-Lane was there, and he told me later that, well, I guess he talked about it on the radio, the ladies in front of him got kicked out for being too drunk. And,
Too drunk
Yeah.
at a parrot head Margaret. No such thing.
Yeah, well, it's not a concert. It's
Whatever.
A show at
Whatever.
Tony Dr. Phillips. It was fun. And then I also today got to go to the Morse Museum.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that, Brendan.
Okay, so following up, if you're just tuning in, I have an interesting relationship
Yes.
with the Morse
Yes,
Museum
you do.
through the years, and so they invited me to come check out their exhibits
And we should say this is in Winter Park.
in Winter Park.
Beautiful museum.
I didn't know how big it was.
Largest, you've probably said that before, largest collection of Tiffany glass and Tiffany artwork in the world.
And
I
on
think.
paper, like I'm sure inside I'm like snore, right? What does that mean? It's lamps, right?
Uh-huh.
So I went in and they showed me.
So
I
you-
actually had a great time.
So you judged it before you actually went.
I guess I
and
did.
then you actually went, you're like, oh, this ain't so bad.
No, I actually had a great time.
Good.
And the Jen, the curator, was there, and then Emily, the marketing lady, and they walked me around. And there were like die-hard fans in there who go as much as they can, and they were just following our shadows. You
It's
know,
a great museum. It really is.
John, I was really impressed.
Good.
I was really impressed. I didn't know about the chapel inside.
Yeah, so the chapel's from I believe, the 1893 World's Fair, which was in
I would
Chicago.
get married there. Everything in there was fantastic.
Yeah, and so it was built for the World's Fair,
Yeah.
taken down, and then I think eventually put back up at his home in New York, and then taken down again and rebuilt here in Winter Park. So it's a fantastic museum if you've never been. It's not that expensive, and actually I think during like November, December, it's usually free on, I think, Fridays or
Fridays,
Saturdays.
yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah.
And then they're doing their Christmas in the park at Winter Park, where it's one night only. I don't know the date off the top
They
of my
do,
head.
like singing and
I want to say the 5th or the 8th or something.
It's a
We'll
great
share it on
place.
Bungalower.com, and you get to see some of these windows on display at night in the park. It's like the best selfie opportunity. I was just really into it. I loved it. I think I would go back actually soon, and I actually think it's probably one of the best gift shops I've seen
Oh, yeah.
in town.
It's a good
best
gift shop.
yeah. Oma needs to learn something from them.
Not sure if they have a copy of the 100 Things to Do in Orlando Before You Die there, but
Or my parks book
okay.
that I wrote because I'm an author too.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I'm
I
a
haven't seen
co-author.
that. in
You're
there.
an author.
I'm not a co-author. Which I thought I had an editor for that book, and I didn't. So there's some spelling mistakes. First edition.
Just look at the picture.
Yeah.
So, Brendan, we've gone through all that,
Yeah.
and we had some big news this week. I woke up to a tragic news on Monday, I
Yeah.
believe it was.
Someone had a beef with Beefy King.
Oh, you've been working on that.
I
So
Yeah.
on overnight Sunday, Monday, I believe. Maybe Tuesday. I'm sorry.
1 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Where's my week going?
That's all right.
There was a fire at Beefy King, which is one of the oldest restaurants here in Orlando.
51 years in business.
It's on Bumby. If you've never been, you should get over there soon when they reopen. We'll tell you why here in a second.
Okay.
But they make awesome roast beef sandwiches and tater tots and Orlando Institution.
Horseradish.
You got to get the horseradish. And there was a fire there, a mysterious fire. It turns out it was an arsonist.
It was.
Started this fire at 1 in the morning.
Some weird dude.
I don't know if he's weird.
No, it's been reported that he's weird.
Okay. All right.
They found that this is John Carroll, but like Cairl. Carroll. John's
already a suspicious name.
John Carroll Huff. 36 years old. He was found hanging out by Drunken Monkey, causing a scene. Monkey staff said that they saw him hanging out behind Beefy King with some lighters.
This was at like 1 in the morning, too.
Yeah. So, they reported him.
And they caught him quick. I was really surprised how fast this happened.
He was hanging out. The cop was literally there, like investigating, taking their statements, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's right over there." He was like literally.
Do you know what he looks like? Yeah, he looks like that guy.
That guy right over there, sleeping on the ground. And, like that's what happened.
Huh.
And
that night,
the next day, today they got him. Wednesday. Okay. We're recording this early.
Yeah. There's video surveillance as well,
and it's the same guy. Star on his arm, like star tattoo on his arm, like just clearly the same dude.
Okay, before we go farther, weren't there a bunch of arsons fires like in Lake Eola Heights like months and months ago?
Yeah, I want to say a year ago.
Not connected?
Not connected.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know if they ever caught that guy, but
Maybe?
he immediately confessed to being the the Beefy. I can't remember what I said.
The Beefy King Bandit.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I wish
Bandit
I had said
means
that immediately.
stealing, but that's all right. I still like it.
Beefy King Bandit.
Good alliteration.
He burnt everything down.
The Beefy King Burner. So they caught this guy. Luckily for Beefy King and the rest of us who like Beefy King and roast beef sandwiches in general, it didn't destroy their building. They have been closed a few days.
It was a pretty superficial fire on the outside.
Yeah.
It did hurt some of the roof, and the fire.
Not even a good arsonist.
No. I don't know what he was doing. It just sounds like he was just burning.
I think it's like an attention thing.
No, I don't. I think he was just some weirdo burning stuff.
Once again, you don't think he was trying to get attention?
No, I think he was just like, I like burning things, and it got out of control.
Too. Doesn't mean I'm going to burn down a Beefy King.
Burning bridges.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. It's a shame. He confessed multiple times, so we can confidently say it was him.
So the Beefy King is going to reopen, hopefully soon. They haven't. I don't think they've set a date yet.
No, I sent them an email. We're pretty tight with them, so I'm hoping they let us know, and then we can come in. I want to do a cash mob, and that's when everybody brings $5 or something. You just show up and buy something.
I agree. I think we should do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I did a video on them a long time ago.
Wonderful people.
Yeah, they are. They really
only
are.
the nicest people.
Family-run business. You know, they had other locations back in like the 60s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think there was one in DeLand. And then this is the only one that ever survived.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, hope everything works out well for them. Wasn't there like somebody who spotted? I know there was somebody at Drunken Monkey, but like somebody like called it in right afterwards, right?
At 1 o'clock, they saw it and they thought it was a roof fire.
I think the person who called it in should get free Beefy King for life.
I agree.
Okay.
I think the cop who booked the guy should get free Beefy King too.
Well, that's their job.
Yeah.
I work at the show. That is their job. I mean, yeah, they can get it too. They're great. I think the person who reported it, fast-thinking person, should get Beefy King for life.
Well, let's fight for it.
Okay.
Let's fight for that. If we're not going to do it, who is?
We'll give them back rubs.
I'll do it. Only if you're cute though. We're going to be helping to host a Krampus Fest block party.
Yeah, tell me about this.
It's taking place on December 8th. If you don't know what Krampus is,
I haven't seen the movie.
But you know what? It's based on an actual thing though.
Yeah.
Okay. The movie's not great.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Guess I won't watch it.
It's a block party in the Milk District hosted by the Milk people and what's his face? Sean Noonan, who owns Eola General and Market on Magnolia.
Yep.
Krampus is like the evil twin of Santa Claus, and it's like the Alpine regions of Europe. He's like a horned demon, who will kidnap and punish bad children and spank them. And then they have these things called Krampuslauf.
That's how you say it,
right? And it's like a parade, a spanking parade, John, where people dressed like these demons will parade down a street, and they'll like pull you out from the crowd and spank you. And they're going to do that. So if you have a kid, you can go before 7 o'clock, but they are encouraged to go home after 7.
Oh, it gets crazy.
It does get crazy.
Yeah.
It's starting at 5 though, so you have 2 hours before the spanking begins. Because we all know in today's world, spanking is not allowed. No. Unless it's me.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of food vendors, Christmas vendors, like costume contests. And so we're a proud media sponsor of it. That's happening again on December 8th. And Sodo is getting a new warehouse project.
Really?
Yeah. It's a CUP. That's a conditional use permit.
CUP?
CUP. Yeah, you know me. Hey, my mama. How does
Wait, just like a new warehouse?
I want to and spell cup.
No, I know that. I was in 3rd grade one time in my life.
It's a CUP was filed by Hughes Inc. to build a 6-acre project just north of Super Target in Sodo. They want to renovate a 30,000 square foot warehouse and then add double that and 2 more buildings with restaurants and a microbrewery. It's like a really fancy, like industrial chic development where it's interesting to see that happening in Sodo because a lot of people will just put in residential right now. The residential, you can make more money, so it's great to see a company doing something more experience-based.
I agree.
And
they need more stuff in Sodo. I think it's building up down there, but I feel like they could use a few more things to do.
Orlando Brewing's going to be going away in a couple of years, because the Orlando Health bought the building and want them out. So we need things like that in that area. The working name of this is Grant Street Supply, if you want to see the renderings.
It doesn't sound very exciting.
I know. But
sounds like a garden store.
They're like owning that. They're owning that experience.
Are they on Grant Street?
Yeah, they are on Grant Street. Yeah.
All right.
I think it looks really beautiful. It's by DAP Design, which is that young architecture firm based out of Ivanhoe Village.
There are some interesting buildings over there, sort of behind Super Target.
Along the railway there?
Yeah, like
beautiful buildings.
Like they could be really cool stuff.
And I'm hoping they DAP Design or like Interstruct Inc. We have a lot of really cool up-and-coming architecture firms. I shouldn't say up-and-coming. They've come. They're doing well. And they specialize in adaptive reuse. So we're out of time. Let's come back after the break and we'll tell you about why it costs more money to take an Uber to Universal versus anywhere else in town, and about a guy who said he was having a Jay-Z concert and ran away with the money.
Ooh.
Orange County Library System wants to make sure you know about these 3 things. Invest in the success of the next generation of entrepreneurs at Orlando Children's Business Fair on November 17th at our downtown location. This one-day marketplace gives children the chance to debut their innovative projects. Want to make your presentations pop? Our Windermere branch can help with Microsoft PowerPoint levels 1 through 3, which will be taught on November 19th. Learn the basics on up to adding animation and hyperlinks to your presentation. Beginner Dance for Seniors will be at our Fairview Shores branch on November 20th. You'll learn basic dance steps from Central Florida Community Arts and get some exercise in a fun way. Learn about these 3 things and much more at ocls.info or call 407-835-7323. That's ocls.info or 407-835-7323. Orange County Library System is your place to learn, grow, connect.
Welcome back to Bungalower and the Bus. I am the Bus, John Busdecker.
And I'm the schmear you put on your bagel, Brendan O'Connor from Bungalower.com.
Speaking of bagels, we are still here at Bagel Bruno right here in College Park.
They haven't kicked us out yet.
Special event that you had tonight.
Yeah, for our Bungalower buddies. See, we have a membership platform, John.
Yeah, you do.
Where if people donate a little bit of money every month, they get exclusive invites.
Does this
to
all
things.
go to your mansion payments?
No, it goes to. I don't get it. It all goes to Bungalower so they can pay my salary.
But yeah, we're here at Bagel Bruno. It's brand new here in College Park. Come check it out. It used to be where Hubbly Bubbly was. They took it over. So good. Before we go too far, I want to say one thing about this place.
Say it.
What I really like about this place and all the other Foxtails, to be honest with you, is that they do it right. Like they really take care of opening, and they make it look like a really cool restaurant, and they care about the details. I'm not just saying we're not sponsored or anything tonight, but you walk in and you're like, all right, like everything in here looks like it has a purpose.
The flooring is like hexagonal tiles meets like wood slats.
Yes.
Like I've seen that on Pinterest. That's hot AF.
And I say this because, you and I, we go to different restaurants and bars, we do our show, and we don't, even when we just go out, some places are like, you walk in, you're like, this place, they kind of did a crummy job of just like decorating it and putting it together. They just opened really quick, and I don't feel like they do that at Foxtail. Like they really take care of their restaurant, and it shows.
They did a great job. I'm really excited. We got to do a little exclusive party here for our members, and the food's great. But if you're planning on coming this week, they're in their soft opening, like we said earlier, you should definitely come before 11 o'clock.
Yeah, because if they sell out, they're done serving bagels. They
they're
ain't
done.
making more bagels.
They ran out of bagels today on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, they'll send you to Publix to go get a bagel, and it ain't going to be as good.
It's good. They're boiling them and wood firing them. And
check out the Bungalower Facebook. We did a live video.
We did. You can check it out with this really cute dude who just took us around.
That's me.
Yeah, that guy.
Thanks, Brendan.
Yeah.
If you like what you hear, go to bungalower.com, and you can read all about the things we talk about.
Let's talk about Ubers. Ubers of boobers.
Okay. Are you an Uber or a Lyfter?
I'm a Lyft guy for political reasons.
I agree. I know what you mean by that. I know the CEO of Uber said something recently. He said something like, we should sort of get over all the stuff that's happening in Saudi Arabia when they murdered that journalist.
Yeah.
He said, kind of just get over that. Let's forgive them.
Lesson 101 on how not to get my money.
However, before you say anything else, Brendan, I do want to say, like, the people that work there, though, it's not their fault. Like the drivers,
no, but they're all driving for Lyft too.
They are.
They're all double dipping.
I had an interesting ride the other day at Uber. I got an Uber from the airport.
Is she a little handy?
No. The guy who gave me the ride, though, I had to get a ride from the airport to home, and it was really late. It was like midnight. Guy gave me a ride because you wouldn't pick me up, Brendan. And
I couldn't pick you up.
It's all right.
What?
So this guy had this. I mean, I think this happens a lot with Uber. This guy had this story where he was from Jordan, moved to Chicago, said it was too cold there, moved to Orlando. He's been working Uber for like years. He basically told me it was not a good way to make a living. And I just kind of felt bad for him. But he was super nice guy.
Good English? Do you have good English?
Yeah. He actually fixes cars on the side, but he said he makes better money doing Uber right now. So anyway.
I had an archaeologist driving around, an anthropologist who teaches, like he's a university professor, and just sometimes just picks up shifts every once in a while.
And talk to the folks.
I know. I would love to do like people of rideshare or something. Like, and just collect those stories. I always ask them questions.
Yeah. So what's the news on Uber though?
They, if you've ever taken one to Universal, at least recently, they're charging a new fee. They're charging $4 extra
$4
to ride to Universal because Universal's making them build a rideshare hub.
Oh.
Like specific to catching Uber.
The airport kind of has one. They have like 2 spaces where you can get picked up. They tell you got to be under sign 32 or 28.
And that has something to do with the Mears monopoly. So I wonder if it must be the same thing there.
They're all partners now.
Friends. A little bit, yeah. They don't want to pay for it. So Universal doesn't want to pay for it. They're making Uber pay for it, and Uber doesn't want to pay for it out of pocket, so they're charging an extra $4 per ride from Uber riders who go there to pay for it.
And I'm sure some people don't even sort of look at it until you're done. You're like, oh, it's $20. And
I hope it shows up on the estimate that you get.
I'm sure, but I wonder if it says +4, if it just adds it all in, you don't even know.
At the end, that's not cool. That's gouging. So, pay attention to that. Otherwise, get dropped off at one of the hotels so you don't have to
walk
pay.
over.
And just walk. Yeah, I do that sometimes. You know? Yeah, if you go to the hotel and then walk over. They have really neat little, like, bridges and
so this money
pathways.
will go towards a built
a
ride
fancy
share
little ride share lounge, air conditioned. You know,
why do they need that?
Because the Universal told them they needed it.
Okay.
They didn't want them intermingling with all the bus picker-uppers.
Doesn't happen at Disney though, right?
No.
I guess Disney's so big you could just be like, drop me here.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't get picked up anywhere at Disney Springs. Who knows?
Right.
So before the break, we were talking about this guy, Andres Fernandez, at his company. I think it's Kadai Entertainment. They pulled investments for something that they called Art of Rap Tour in 2016. He collected $31 million.
Oh, this was the scam guy.
From 134 investors.
So wait, what did he do? What did he want to do?
He was pretending that he was throwing a concert with like Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg and really really famous name dropping rap artists, and he didn't know any of them. So he's been actually finally convicted on 12 counts of wire fraud, and he's being convicted. So it's still in the works. And he could face 20 years in prison.
Wow, he's from Orlando?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
How long do you feel like that takes to, like, you got to keep that game up for a long time. Right?
I also want to know, where do you get a Rolodex of people? 134 people gave him $31 million.
I know. I hear that. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like,
how do I get these people?
I mean, we don't even need, we can take half that and be all right.
This is like Fire Festival, except it didn't even happen. And it was one dude. He just ran away with the cash. Didn't even I
feel like if you're that good, you could find something to do legally.
Yeah.
And make maybe not $31 million, but like $2 million.
Well, the idea is that you take the $31 million and you make like $131, right?
Yeah.
You're not just going to pay back what you.
I don't know. I don't
took
know how you
in.
can talk. I couldn't do it. Like, I would just.
No.
I'd get nervous.
But I'll tell you what.
right.
You give me a couple grand, I'll give you something. I'll give you a cool event.
You just get a bunch of lookalikes,
Exactly.
like the Jay-Z and the Snoop Dogg lookalike. You're like, no, that's Jay-Z up there.
That's Jason XYZ, and
It'd be like a concert at the Madame Tussauds. Be like, yeah, that's Jay-Z
Oh,
right
it's
there.
Jay-Z.
We got a boombox behind him.
hologram. With $31 million, you could do a hologram concert of Jay-Z.
Uh-huh.
And just say that was in the
Like
subtitles.
for $31 million, you could hire Jay-Z and he
I-
would just come do a concert.
That is just probably not.
Well, I think so. For $31 million?
Yeah, poor thing. You
All
can't
right,
fault
he's-
it though.
he's-
Jason and the Chins over at Jason and Sue Chin at Osprey Tavern are hosting their Ramen Rumble. They've already sold out their tickets for the December 9th event, but I'm talking about it because they're going to be opening tickets up again next week.
Ah.
So if you want to get these limited edition tickets for this ramen cook-off, really good ticket in Baldwin Park on December 8th, keep your eyes peeled for the Osprey Tavern Facebook and Instagram pages for when they release those tickets.
I do like ramen. Where's your favorite ramen here in Orlando?
I think I like the broth at Jinya.
Okay. Yeah, Ginya's pretty good. In Thornton Park?
Yeah, I like the fillings at Domu, though.
Yeah, everybody loves Domo.
What's your favorite?
I like Jade here in College Park.
I did like them. You brought me there for the first time. I loved
Their
it.
seafood one is so good.
They,
so good.
The 3 chefs will be competing for the title of Best Ramen. Denny Cha from Kaizen Izakaya, Reese Golick from Swan & Sons, and Jundel Demancas from Kai Asian Street Fair. They're going to be competing. Tickets are $45.
Sounds delicious. Brendan, one thing that I did this week, we have something called SWAT Roundup going on right now.
I'm so mad at you about
I'm
this.
sorry.
But continue. I'm a little burpy from all my bagels.
SWAT Roundup is a international competition that we host here in Orange County every year.
It's exactly
And
what it sounds like.
We
Hot
have
SWAT
more than
dudes.
50 teams from all over the world. Kuwait,
I didn't know
Hungary,
that.
Jamaica.
Dutch.
Yeah,
You
all-
got Dutch
I don't know if
SWAT
there's a
guys?
Dutch team here. So all these-
Norwegians?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
So all these different SWAT teams
I
are
had
here.
this dream.
All these teams are competing here at the in Orange County at the
with their shirts off.
With their shirts on. No, their shirts are on.
Holding guns.
They are holding firearms.
Oh my gosh.
And so our Orange County Sheriff's Office team is competing as well. So I was out there this week to go check that out. I posted a video this week on the Sheriff's
climbing
Office.
ropes and stuff.
Oh yeah, climbing ropes.
You want to write a post about it for Bungalower?
No,
I'll
you
share
can,
it.
You
with
can watch
your
the
video.
Just watch.
Can
the
I
video.
share your video? Do I have to ask or just share it?
No, you don't have to ask. Have you ever been on social media?
I always ask people if I can
write
share.
a note?
No, I'm going to share it on Bungalower.com.
You can do that.
Yeah, with credit.
We're a government agency. You can do whatever you want.
That's what I just heard. I'm going to re-edit it, make it really sexy.
You can do that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I like big butts. So, like, what were some of the things they had to do?
So they do a whole week of competitions and different events. I was there today and on Wednesday, and the thing they do today was called Officer Rescue.
Okay.
And so they have to, like, go in and they actually shot at targets. They crawled over like a rope
Each
over
other?
a moat.
Okay.
And then they had to carry like a dummy 100 yards or something like that. So
Did they give it mouth to mouth?
no mouth to mouth, Brendan. Just in your dreams.
I'm so excited I can watch this video in slow motion with the sound off.
You can superimpose your face in there, baby.
Like in the bushes.
Yeah.
Like,
Hello.
Hello.
But they do other stuff where they like shoot from towers, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it sounds really fun. So they where do they all stay when they're here?
All over, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do they go out after?
I don't know.
Are
You
they
really
going out
wanna
to
know
the
where
bar?
these SWAT guys
yeah,
are.
I love SWAT guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'cause
These are like tough dudes too.
yeah, they're at the top of their game.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They know what they're doing. They're gruff, but then like the minute they're like off, like out having fun, they're cool. They're cool dudes. I like SWAT guys.
Yeah, I mean they got to deal with some situations that are probably pretty tense.
Yeah, so they like lean into their drinks. So they,
although the funny thing was, so all these different teams are there, but I mostly followed the sheriff's office because that's where I work, and I ran with them the whole time, just to like shoot video. And I kept up with them, and I think they were kind of a little impressed that I could at least like run with them. I was
with
actually
equipment
running backwards because I wanted to get the footage of them. And I could overhear some people in the audience or the crowd, because there's a lot of people there. They're like, "Go, storyteller! You got this, storyteller!" So yeah, I was a little proud. I was proud of that.
We're recording on Edgewater Drive, so you're going to hear some of those farting bicycles every once in a while.
If it had came to like shooting things, probably wouldn't have hit the targets.
I want to do it. I want to try those things.
All right, you want to go shoot firearms?
Yeah, but like, will you matchmake me with a really sexy SWAT guy that'll flirt with me a
I'll
little
see
bit?
what I can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it out there. Say my really gay friend wants to learn how to shoot.
I won't sell it like that.
Who's gonna teach my super gay friend, who's probably gonna touch your butt, how to shoot a gun? Can we do that?
Maybe we have some sort of like gay friendly shoot, like firearms training.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do a video. So we have a day trip thing that I started calling Straight Trippin'.
You want to go skeet shooting? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go do it.
Yeah. I want to do a whole series called Straight Trippin', where it's me as a super gay man
doing that part's done.
doing really straight activities.
Okay.
And we'll call it Straight Trippin'.
Okay.
I think that'd be really good.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, "Oh, I can't lift this gun. Oh, it's really hard. Can you help me?"
You can go alligator hunting.
I want to do all that stuff.
Python hunting.
Oh, I totally want to do that.
Yeah?
Will you help me?
I don't know if I could do that.
Why?
I just don't. I don't really have a desire. I kind of feel bad for the snakes, and I know they're invasive species. I totally get that.
Make bank.
I just don't think I could. I don't know if I could kill it.
The state's hiring full-time python hunters.
I know. Well, they found some right here. I'm like, these guns.
Check out these pythons. They're hiring.
Start hunting these pythons.
Don't have to hunt hard. They're right here, ladies. They're 50. They're hiring 50 python hunters professionally to work with the Fish and Wildlife.
They probably
Commission.
get paid what? $100 an hour, $200 an hour,
$15 an hour,
$15 an hour,
and then an additional $25 per foot. Outside of, if it's 4 feet long, you get an additional 25 for every foot after that. So you have to keep up.
I feel like you'd have to pay me more to do that.
To kill. Listen, they had 2,600 people apply. There were at least, I would think, 10,000 people in Florida who would love to be get paid to just walk around in the bush and kill snakes?
I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Why?
Could you?
Yeah, I could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You could just like chop a snake in half.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
I used
Once
to have
again, I get they're invasive species. I'm glad somebody else is doing it. I just don't know if I could.
snakes don't have feelings.
No?
Well, okay. That being said,
They probably don't.
I have seen that video from India. There was like forest fires and a drought, and this cobra comes out of the woods, and these people give it water out of a water bottle,
and then
it drinks it, and it thinks it like bows and walks away, like from Ricky Tikki Tavi or something. That made me question my feelings about snakes, but for the most part,
Okay.
I don't care. I used to have a snare line when I was a kid and kill bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like torture them, but like
No, you just ate them raw.
Yeah, my dog ate most of them before I got to them because he'd have to.
Yeah, those. I mean, I'm glad people do these things, and it needs to be done. It's just not for me.
Okay, let's each their own.
All right.
You're a definite wuss. Have you done the Mayor City Academy before?
I don't live in the city of Orlando.
You can still do it.
They don't like us outside.
As a county resident, you can't do it.
No, I mean, I think unless it doesn't fill up, they might let me in.
It's for those who don't know, it's this annual thing. It's a free 11 to 12 week course. This time it's 11 weeks. And you get to learn about what makes the city tick. So if you like Bungalower on the Bus, you'd probably be into this.
Yeah,
and
probably already know.
You probably already done it.
You probably raise your hand and be like, "That's not what they talk about on Bungalower on the Bus."
Right? Brendan told me that this isn't how it really happens. I hope that happens. I was accepted once, but then I got a job at Orlando Weekly, and I couldn't take it, so I had to drop out. I just wasn't sure I could keep up because it was like a new gig.
It wasn't like somebody told you couldn't.
No.
All right.
I just wasn't sure I could do it all. Hindsight 2020, I totally could have.
You just show up on like a Thursday night, right?
Go Thursday night, and you go on like a field trip.
Yeah, it sounds great. No, it's a great program.
Yeah, if you want to participate, you can. The deadline's December 20th.
Better hurry up.
Type in Mayor City Academy on bungalower.com for the
start our own city academy. You and I have our own version.
I feel like that's kind of what this is.
Ours could be a lot more fun.
Bungalower and Bus School.
Way more drinks.
Bungalower and the Bus School for little people. School for tiny people. Who can go to this institute? Do you want to talk about it? No.
No.
All right. It's from I was going to say Zaboomafoo. Zoolander.
For ants.
Yeah. It's
then I would've
school
got it.
for ants. I messed it up. That's why. Bloomberg Philanthropies wants to paint our pavement. Michael R. Bloomberg,
former mayor
of
New York.
All right.
Running for president, maybe.
He's got a lot of money. He started a new grant program called the Asphalt Art Initiative that will give 10 cities $25,000 apiece to paint their pavements in the efforts of reducing speed. And I call them visual speed bumps. They've been known to reduce speeds by 25 to 30% by painting the pavement.
What do they want to paint? Is anything?
Like geometric weird designs or like whales swimming through fish, like little pictures.
How about like giant holes?
So
you're like driving, you're like, whoa, there's a hole, better slow down.
You do that too. You get $25,000. The deadline's December 12th. If you're a neighborhood association that's tired of people speeding up and down your streets, check it out. Just type Bloomberg into the bungalower.com search bar.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
We should put out a Thanksgiving roundup. It's live on bungalower.com. If you don't know where you're going to be eating for Thanksgiving or if you don't want to cook, I have a rolling lineup of restaurants that will be open Thanksgiving Day, as well as places where you can get pre-made meals.
Cool.
Yeah, and it took a lot of work, so please go click on it.
Brendan, we sort of talked about this last week very, very, very briefly. Maybe you can add a little more to the brewery that's supposed to open on OBT. Do you have any more details on that?
Dead Words Brewing?
Yeah, this was
I don't know much about it, John.
It was like the army store.
Al's Army store.
It's between Colonial and like Washington or Central.
That sounds right.
Somewhere around there. On that strip of OBT.
I know they're putting in $1 million worth of investment in the renovation. It's going to be giant. It will also have a restaurant use. I don't know who's behind it. I had some other brewery owners asking me about them, sending me emails about who these people were. I have no idea.
That's interesting because, like, it's interesting to put a brewery right there because, I mean, there's slowly more development on OBT there. I mean, there's, obviously the police station opened there. There was a new gas station, which doesn't sound that exciting, but ever since I've lived here in Orlando, that's always been a stretch that there's just not a ton of new development.
There's not, and actually, it's interesting. They just passed a little bit of a tangent here. They passed the city commission said yes to the scooter ordinance.
Yes.
And
what's your take on scooters? Pro or con?
Pro. I don't think we should be sacrificing the bikes for
I don't
them.
either.
That's ridiculous.
First of all, I am pro scooter. This is actually a minority opinion, I think, though.
Yeah.
Most people are anti-scooter.
Yeah, well, most people, we have a very noisome opposition in the sense that people who don't like the bikes generally don't like them because they feel like they're cluttering up the public realm. Like, they have this clean up your toys mentality.
Okay.
Which, like, I see them like park benches almost. I
agree.
I don't really see them as an obstacle. That being said, I'm not someone in a wheelchair, and I'm sure that can get...
I don't think they should be like in the middle of sidewalks. I think they need to be where they should be, or at least out of the way.
Yeah.
I do agree on that. But if they're on the side of the road, that doesn't bother me.
And that's on the users. It's not on the company. And I am pro mobility. I like being able to park in a faraway parking spot that's free and then hopping on a bike for like $2 and then right?
I agree.
I would
I'd
rather do that.
Yeah, than pay $10 at a parking garage.
Yeah, so I like that. I don't know if I'm going to be as comfortable on the scooter as I will on the electric assist bikes. We'll see what happens. Anyway, what I was getting at, and we're running out of time, Regina Hill really was into the scooter program, but she fought for them to now have 20% of the scooters, at least in this first reading, will have to be on the west side of I-4. She was like, this is great, but they should be open to everybody.
I agree.
I argue they are open to everybody, even the bikes currently. The reason they're not staying on the I-4, on the other side of I-4, is because the people who are, like, they get left there, but if they're not being used and picked up by nearby residents, then the company will move them back to high traffic areas.
Yeah.
So if your residents aren't using them, then that's not the fault of the company for moving them back to high traffic areas. Your residents need to use them. These aren't mobility for everyone. This is for people who don't mind shelling out $2 to $10 for a ride.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a little bit of an elitist system. And it's, I don't know, just something to keep in mind.
We got to go, Brendan.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
No time for events. We'll have our event picks up because there's tons of things happening, including
go to Renegers this weekend.
Hot air balloons,
extravaganza.
Renegers Festival of Trees opens, and Silky Ganache is going to be at Parliament House.
All right. Well, thanks Bagel Bruno and Foxtail Coffee here in College Park for hosting us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.